Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great start to the Leo season. Chiron Sisters Rising are here at the new moon, and Jeanette, I'm excited for us to chat tonight. Hope
Hi,
you're
everyone.
doing well. Yeah. Yeah, we just wanted to come on for a little bit and talk about the new moon energies, pull a card, and just kind of keep you guys in the loop on everything that we're up to. So, how has your day been today?
Oh, well, I worked earlier today. That lasted longer than it was supposed to. So I emailed Amazon to get compensated for the extra. And then I met with my lawyer and to find out if we could continue. And he told me all the proofs and copies I had to get. So much fun as far as that goes. And then I felt quite drained. So took a nap.
You have to be bold. You have to be bold and courageous, right? Just like Leo season is with everything.
Yeah, new moon always makes me tired though. So
I know. Me too. I don't know if I have noticed it before, but I really felt it today. And I felt like I heard that this new moon in Leo was going to be more intense than the traditional new moon.
mhm.
And I felt like that too, because usually I feel like really energized and excited. I tend to do
Yeah, I noticed you did
all the
last
things.
time.
Yeah. I don't and that was like wasn't in Cancer, right? And usually Cancer is rough for me, but I don't think that was rough last time. I don't know. I don't really remember anymore,
I
but
didn't feel as tired this new moon. Like most new moons, I'm like even more tired than this one. So maybe there was a little bit of energy to it.
I don't know if I felt all that Leo the lion energy. I was definitely more.
No.
I even took a nap today, but I figured, you know what, that's okay. Because this is the new moon is a time to like pause, like set
Mhm.
intentions, and and so on. And I always write my new moon
Right.
wishes.
Rest,
So
reflect, and
yeah, so I always go from this book, the new moon
rejuvenate.
astrology, and you write some things down and do my 10 wishes. So I did that today at 3:10 and got that down and. Had a bunch of coffee today, had some energy drinks, and I'm still tired. So, but it's okay. I think that's the nature of it.
Yeah. With that Reiki though, you need some rest
Yes, I
after
also
that and the new
already.
moon.
Yeah, I was already tired, and I got Reiki done, and that also adds to my exhaustion. So yeah, so there was all of it. But we committed to being able to do these videos, and I kind of reminded
Mhm.
myself like. I feel like the old me would have been like, Nelly, you're tired. You don't need to be on doing this. But now I'm like, no,
Right.
you are
But
going to push through and you are going to model to people that even when we're tired and we don't want to do the thing, we do it anyway.
right. And it
So,
helps to have a collaborative partner because you're pushing me to do it too.
right. And we talked a couple
We
hours ago.
motivate
You're
each
like,
other.
right. And so you gave me an out and you said, no, Nelly, we don't have to do it. And I thought to myself, like, oh, that's nice that she's giving me that out. But no, we need to do it anyways. We did it. And I had to talk with my friend at the beginning of the week, her motivating me to do videos like almost every day. And I said, I don't think I can do it every day, but I can try to do videos a few times a
Yeah, I
week.
haven't been
And
every day either,
yeah,
but
that's
more
a
than
lot of work.
usual.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I used to do that back in the day, but I feel like you know what, we can do what we can do, and I think like Leo season pushes us to have the strength and be bold
Right.
and do those things and put
Yeah.
ourselves out there. So we're doing it.
Yeah. To push ourselves to create and express ourselves and
Yeah, exactly.
make ourselves visible. Visible.
Right.
There's Mercury retrograde right there. I can't speak.
That's okay. Yeah, that's right. Because we're dealing with Mercury
Visible,
retrograde. Yep. Yep.
pushing us
And
into our leadership roles.
right. So we got to do that. I think that's important in Leo season. And yeah, I think it's having the confidence and showing up. And being creative. I feel like that's part of this
Mhm.
too. Like having the freedom and doing things our way instead of following any kind of like script or whatever. So,
Right.
and I think of fun too, because I think of like the fifth house in astrology, and that's the Leo house, and it's all about having joy and fun. And I like talking to
Mhm.
you. I like talking to people. To me, that's fun. Being able to share astrology, get people excited about astrology. Um, is important to me. I know it's important to you. So it's like, okay, let's,
Yeah.
bring the fun, because that is this season, right? We're in summer and people are more out and about and they're
Hmm.
interacting and engaging with others. So yeah, I feel like we need to embody it. And Leo moon is like one of my favorite moons too. So I
That
think
is my moon sign.
right, right. And so it's like when it moves from Cancer into Leo, I'm always really excited. So we're in the Leo moon. I feel like that's a great energy to put ourselves out there. So yeah, so Leo sun, Leo moon.
I'm in my element.
Yeah, so I just realized,
Moon.
yeah, so we went from a couple days ago, double Cancer with Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon. That, well, was it? Yeah, I think it was. It was. I think on like Monday-ish, right? Like Monday we were
I was probably
finishing up.
emotional that day.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were finishing up Cancer season, and then the moon was, yeah, was in Cancer as well. And then now a few days later, we're in Leo double sun double. Can't even, I literally can't talk. Sun and moon. So that's kind of crazy, right? Like 3 days later, it switches. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know how often that happens exactly like that, but it's pretty cool. So anyhow,
Yes.
so yeah, I mean, lots of good things. I mean, I know for me, I like to write the wishes. I tend to light a candle in
Right.
the
Set your
morning.
intentions.
I got my yellow candle that's been running all day. Anything you do, anything like ritualistic that you tend to do for new moons in general?
I like to write down my intentions too. A lot of times they'll say them. I don't always write them down. I'll just have a good talk with the universe and tell the universe what I want.
That's good too. I
Although it
think
does
anything you
help,
do should
I
be
think,
spoken.
more maybe to write it down. So I probably will write it down before I go to bed.
I think it's good because then you can stare at it. Like I have it hanging up, and
Mhm.
I just tend to write it on like just slips of paper like this, and I write things down, and then I'll kind of take a look at it through the month, and before it's the new moon and the next one, I'll take a look at what I wrote down. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a suggestion that said something about writing it and burning it. I tend to not do that on the new moon. I tend to do that more on the full moon, but some people
Yeah,
do put
same.
some people put out crystals on the new moon. I don't do that either because I feel like that's a full moon thing, but different people do different things. So I think it's just
Yeah,
good
I
to go from
have with the new moon, but I'm more so for doing it during the full moon. But I don't have a whole ton of crystals either, like like you or
no, no.
some people do.
Sometimes that's
So
a job. Sometimes it is a job doing it. You know what? I didn't do one today, but I usually do like a new moon meditation. I have a couple different people I follow,
mhm.
and I did share the video. I never did it, so I might do it tonight before I go to sleep. I just never got to that, but sometimes just doing that meditation. I did a different kind of meditation today with quantum jumping because I haven't done that in
Yeah,
a while, but I just kind of felt like seeing what might come up. But yeah, I would think meditations are good. It's creative energy. So like if some people want to
right.
write or draw or paint, dance, whatever.
Right. It helps to release the unstuck or the stuck energy to make room for your intentions, for your manifestations. And one thing to ask is, am I hiding and where am I shrinking myself? I know that's something that the Leo new moon is bringing up for us so that we can let go of, the mask of, any type of mask that we're still holding on to or where we're making ourselves more small. So
That's
I know that's
interesting because that's
one
part of
reflection question there.
that's no, that's part of my chart because I have Leo and Saturn in or I literally cannot talk today. I have Mercury and Saturn in the sign of Leo in the 11th house. So I know when I was like learning about it a couple years ago, I did learn with that Saturn placement, I can wear a mask with the Leo. I don't always put myself like I sometimes don't always show myself to the whole world or show myself like completely, and I can wear the
Mhm.
mask and I might like deflect and put attention on others instead of on myself. So I think that's interesting. Luckily, I think having my Mercury there as well forces me to have the communication because the Saturn with those boundaries can kind of like halt my progress. And I probably have had karmic issues in the past that way with Saturn being there. So yeah, like when
Did
you
you
said
say
that about the mask, I'm like, yep, I probably have had that. So it makes sense.
you have Saturn in Leo too?
Hmm.
So does my daughter. And she told me that, I mean, because I think she might be going through like a Saturn return, maybe.
Hmm.
She's 19, so she's really heavily focused on, I don't know, she's been kind of depressed lately, so I had to give her some guidance today, because she's sleeping a lot and she's not really sure which way to go in her life. And I think she's afraid of like what to express, like what direction to go. She's afraid of making a choice and it being the wrong one. And so I told her, maybe write out the pros and cons of your choices. That might help a little bit. Or if you stay stuck and not being able to make a decision, then you're going to end up doing nothing at all. So, even if you make a choice now, it doesn't mean that you have to stay with that thing for the rest of your life. But think about it as in the choice that you want to make. Can you see yourself growing in that direction? Will it, could you see it be long term? Are you following your heart? Is it something that you're truly interested in doing? So,
I think it's
I
good
mean, those are just
advice.
some of the things I addressed to
That's
help,
like
try
she's
to
in
help
her
her.
note, she's in her nodal return because when you're around like 18 and a half, 19, and that's like starting to like think about your soul purpose and your mission in life.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's, we're like, whatever, it's the college age or being done with school, and it's like this existential crisis. So it sounds like she's there. And I would
Yeah,
say that in the world that we live in, nobody stays in any job too long anyway, and people are always looking for different things. And AI has changed the world.
right.
So, um, if somebody's in a job for 5 years, like that's a long time, compared to what it used to be.
Hmm.
So she doesn't have to figure out for the rest of her life. She just has to figure
Right.
out for now. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
I gave her some rituals to do, and actually Chat GPT helped. And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe how much that resonated for me." And I was like, "Well, I just input the right information, and yeah, it does help a lot." So,
great. So yeah, those AI tools help us. It's kind of like sometimes we have to like work smarter, not harder.
right.
So it's good.
Yes.
That's good advice. And sometimes as a parent, we want to solve the problems for them and we can't. And they have to
Hmm.
like go through that journey and make those mistakes. And
Right.
really, like, I don't know if they're really all mistakes or it's like what we're supposed to do. So, whatever path we're on is technically the right path for us. And then,
Right.
just go
Yeah.
from
I
there.
told her she's not behind. She's right on time. So,
Right. Right. Because I've had that thought many times in my life. Like, why am I not at this place and why am I not there? And I compare
oh,
myself
I
to
still
other
think that.
people. Yeah. So I feel
And
like
then
with
I have
the
to
way,
remind myself,
yeah,
well,
you'll go
it's
through it.
divine timing.
Right, right. And speaking of that, I feel like we should get a little bit of advice. So I actually did not even pull a Moonology card for the group, and I realized that. But you know what? Let me pull a card. And I know you have a deck too, so I thought we can give everybody a little bit of collective guidance. Because we're still
You
in the
know
new
what?
moon energies. Just because it hit at 310 doesn't mean it goes away. So we still have a couple more days in that portal. So still be manifesting, still be focusing
Right.
on
And
what's
there's
right.
other things going on right now too with just the new moon in Leo opposed uh Pluto and Aquarius today too. So, and then we had two trines, Venus and Mars
And I know I just got my solar
in Aries,
return
or
done,
trine Saturn and Aries.
and
Or
Mars
no,
and
no.
Venus are in opposition, or I think square. I
Sun
think
in Leo, trine Neptune in Aries, and Sun in Leo, trine Saturn in Aries. So,
yeah. There's a. I think that's like why the energies feel kind of tough. And so like on my
hmm.
solar return, which is going to be my theme for the year, I get to have the lovely transit of Mars square Venus all year long. And so I think that I don't know exactly what day it started, but I know my solar return hit on Monday. So um Mars and Venus are opposite energies. So
You know
That's
what?
going to be interesting that they're going to be square. So we have that to deal with too.
That's actually supposed to be helping the divine masculine to awaken. So I've
Should be interesting.
listened.
I know I have a lot of masculine energy, so it hopefully help balance. And I'm trying to tap into my intuitive feminine energy more. So yeah, so I think for me it's interesting because on my chart I have Mars and Venus. They're not conjunct, but they are near each other in the ninth house. So it's interesting that in this transit I have them square, and I get to learn how I best utilize that all year long. So I'm like,
Yeah, I have to
okay.
look deeper at mine.
So let's see what card. What do we need to know for the group? Okay, so let's see what flipped out. Ooh, a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. So we don't have a full moon today, we have a new moon. But whatever the cards tell us, we need to think about that energy. So a fiery climax approaches.
We actually do have things in Aries, though, Saturn in Aries and Neptune. So
True,
that,
true. Right. Got a lot of fire out there right now. So it's one
yeah.
fire sign for the other. So yeah. Two of my sons, I have one that is an Aries and one that is a Leo. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah. So I think the fire is good though, because I feel like sometimes we can be stagnant and we can get bored. And so I think it's helpful to have
Mhm.
that fire which like motivates us and drives us to do
Yeah,
things. So
for sure.
I think that's a good card for everybody
Urges
to
us
be
to
like
step up,
okay, so
level up, step
what
into our
deck are
magic.
you what deck are you using?
It's the moon deck.
Okay.
Same one as last time.
Okay.
So I already got a card out. It says it's safe and beautiful to express my sensuality.
I mean, that's very much in line with like Leo. I feel like that's also Venus energy too, like with sensuality.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it's like putting yourself out there. Like Leo's, struts its stuff, and people start doing more selfies and focusing on appearance. So, and I think when you're putting yourself out there and you're focusing on that, then sensuality makes sense. So I think that's a good energy.
Right. Not being afraid to express yourself. And like you said, not working from a script and just expressing yourself and how the energies are affecting you. And there's a ritual for it, but I don't know if I want to read it.
Well,
Kind of long.
maybe we can maybe take a couple
We
pictures
could put
of
it
it.
in
We can share it, and then if
in the
anybody's
comments.
interested in it, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be good. And then I'll
Hmm.
share this picture too of this fiery climax.
Sounds good.
So awesome. All right. So hope everybody is having a good start to Leo season. We're in this new moon energy for a couple more days. Mercury retrograde will continue. So, like we talked about last week, watch your words, watch your travel, tech, all the different things communication based. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's a good time to reflect. I feel like we've been reflecting on relationships too is what I heard in the beginning of the week. So thinking about how
Yes.
relationships are serving you
Whether they serve you or not anymore. Right.
in all kinds of relationships. So whether we're talking
Yeah.
romantic, friendships, business, whatever, any kind, family relationships, all the different relationships. So okay, awesome. All right, well,
All
thanks
right.
for
So
thanks for
happy new
meeting
moon
with.
to everyone.
Yeah, I hope everybody has
Set your intentions.
right. If you did not write those 10 wishes, it is not too late. They say it's the most potent in the first 8 hours, and we're like still in that energy, right? It's like
Right.
somewhere down there. So it's close. So yeah, so with the new moon astrology, I posted that on the group just to give you some themes about what you can write about. And yeah, it's just your personalized thing. So tell the universe and manifest your reality, and we'll keep doing videos, and we'll keep sharing more with the Chiron Sisters Rising. So hopefully we'll be able to do some lives and get you guys into more things. I still got to figure out the book club, so all those different things. So I'm hoping to get that figured out and post on some of that next week. So we will do it. We will do it. So thanks, Jeanette, for doing this with me.
Thank you, Nellie.
But it's all good. It's all good. All right, everybody have
All
a
right, everyone. Namaste.